Hey, it's Wellness Wednesdays. So today I'm making basil pesto. I love my glasses, but sometimes they have like a little thing going on. So I'm gonna take them off. So I went to the farmer's market this week and look what I got. Basil. So this is the bunch of basil that I have. And if you see it, this is what basil is supposed to look like, guys. So when you get it from the store, it's all like that and soft, but when you get it, it's supposed to be crispy. Try to find basil in a farmer's market. If you can't, grow that shit yourself. So, basil pesto is great. One of my favorite things that I did in order to make things more healthier is start making sauces. One of the things about sauces is that you can put it in so much stuff. So I like to use basil pesto on like sandwiches, pizzas, instead of like mayonnaise or like tomato sauce. So it's really versatile. So it's one of my favorite sauces. Also, I love to have different sauces around because you can eat the same exact thing. So, for instance, you can eat the same salad all week. And if you change up the sauce, then you changing up the game. So, basil pesto is one of the first sauces I started making because it's so freaking easy. Basically, all you need is some basil. Look, guys, look at the babies. This is why I love getting stuff from the farmers. Can you see that? It's flowering. My basil's flowering. So I could save this and get seeds. I'm going to save this part. Anyway, so what you do with the basil is you take it just like we did the rosemary for the green seasoning. You take it. Oh, let me scoot this over. My bad, y'all. Y'all can't see this. Bam. So you take it and there we go. You just scoot it on down. And with these stems, again, when I do this, I always keep my stems. If you don't make anything out of it, the least you can do is boil them. So if you boil these in water, it'll have your house smelling so good. You can also boil them with the rest of the scraps from any other vegetables that you have and make vegetable stock out of them. So I'm actually going to do that. Was it last night or the day before? I made a lentil soup. And so I have carrots, onions, garlic, and now I'm going to take the basils and boil them together and make a vegetable stew. So, excuse me, not a stew, a vegetable stock. And so instead of using water in like my rice or my lentil soup, if I make another one, that sort of thing, I will just use my stock because I love flavor. So the thing about basil is you do want to make sure that you wash off the leaves because it will be a lot of dirt up in there. Okay. So you wash those off and then you put them in here like this. All right, so that's the first ingredients. Now, most basil is going to have, most recipes, you're going to have Parmesan in it. Y'all know I don't eat cheese because I don't like to suck from other mammals' titties. So I don't use cheese. Some vegans like to use nutritional yeast. I don't do that either. I'm actually okay without the cheese flavor, but all the other ingredients I do use. So do you, however you like to make your basil, but today I'm making it with key lime. And this is a different little ingredient. Leeks. So I got these from the farmer's market as well. You see how big they are? The reason why I'm putting the leeks in here is because they're going bad. I got like a bunch of them. It was like 10 and they're starting to be limpy like that. So I'm throwing it in my pesto sauce. Feel free to make your pesto however you want it. You don't have to stick to anyone's recipe. If you have something in there that's going bad, put it in there. It's only flavor. Don't be scared of flavor. Y'all know y'all black, don't play. So I'm going to put that in there and some garlic, some cloves, and instead of pine nuts, typically you're going to see pine nuts in the recipe. I'm using hazelnuts. Can you see that? They look like garbanzo beans, right? So the reason why I'm using hazelnuts is because that's just what I have. So literally, it's not rocket science, guys. Like whatever you have. I've also used sunflowers. I've used a little bit of cashew and sunflower. Now, if you use all cashews, that thing gonna be creamy. Okay, so if you like a creamy basil pesto, feel free to go ahead and use all cashews. But if you like it more of like a dressing, you're gonna want to lay off those cashews all the way and mix it with something else because, baby, it'd be like a spread, a basil pesto spread if you use all cashews. Okay, so I'm gonna finish putting this in here. So the benefits are awesome for basil. If y'all remember, oh look, this one's flowering too. Y'all see it? It's basil flowers. So I'm only going to use a little bit of this. So with the flowers, what I do is just keep them in jars, and I'm going to wait to see them grow and see if I can get some seeds from them. I love getting stuff from farmers. You get to see how things really look and how they really grow. And if you have questions, the farmers love to answer them. And it's fresher. You cannot get any better than produce that is grown where you're at. The reason why is because these are grown in Georgia soil. And so what that means is that anything in the weather and the climate is going to infuse into the soil. And now when I eat this Georgia grown, because I'm in Georgia, y'all. I'm in Atlanta, but if you're in Sacramento, if you're in Dallas, wherever you are, if you get produce from the soil in which you live, you're going to now get the nutrients from where you live as well. So plants are smart. Can we talk about how smart plants are? So if there's weather conditions and they need to change because of the conditions outside, they know how to do that. And so you eat that. You eat the smartness of the plants. And it can help you not get as sick. It can help you with allergies. That's why they say with honey, like if you have allergies, to eat the honey from where you are, because these things give us a little piece of the environment of where we are, and it helps us in our health all around. This is a whole lot of basil, y'all. I got 2 bunches from the farmers, and I need to use them all because I'm going out of town next week. So I'm just making a whole bunch of this. And thing about basil is you can freeze it. So the pesto can be used in so many different ways. If you marinate vegetables, if you eat meat, you can marinate meat in it. You can also put them like in dishes. So once we make this, you can actually put it in an ice cube tray and freeze it. And so say you're sauteing vegetables, right? You can put a little bit of oil or butter if you use that. I don't, but you can put that in the pot. And like say you're sauteing like onions and garlic, and then throw the ice cube of basil pesto in there, and boom, you got seasoned vegetables. Throw the vegetables in there and saute it up. And so you can use this almost like the green seasoning, guys. It's just a mechanism of adding more flavor to your dishes. So my journey to eating more healthy, taking out meat and dairy in my diet, what I was longing for was flavor. Now, y'all already know that cow's milk is so freaking flavorful. Cheese is so flavorful. And the reason why is because it's fat. It's fat. So what I do is I like to incorporate what we call good fats in my diet. But when you do that, you'll start to get the flavor that you're looking for without all that crazy stuff. Because y'all would think it was crazy if y'all saw me up on a cow sucking from his titty. So I don't get why drinking milk isn't crazy. Neither here nor there. I don't judge people for that. But even if you do drink milk or eat cheese, you should find ways to not do it so much. Everyone knows, like, when you have your guilty pleasure, like you go eat that whole pint of ice cream, like your stomach be like, whoa, bruh, what happened? So find solutions that you're not eating as much dairy. That's kind of what I did. I eased up off of it. All right. So I didn't ease up off the meat, but the dairy I had to, because cheese was hard to let go. So this was one of the things that helped me come off of mayo in particular. I use basil pesto as a spread for everything. All right, so gonna put some key limes in here. So I like to use limes over lemon. You can say that I'm bougie with food, but lemons are a hybrid of limes and more true food trudist, food true. Anyway, being closer to natural food, key limes are the most natural, so that's why I use key limes. And to me, they taste better. You can get more flavor from them, but they're a really good source of magnesium and protein. Excuse me, blah, magnesium and potassium. So those are going to be your helpers of muscles. And also, if you add key limes to your water, you are actually adding electrolytes. They're really cool, really cool. So if you have problems drinking water, like you don't drink as much water as you think you should, add some key lime to your water. And not only will it add flavor, but it'll add nutrients. Yeah. So this also helps with skin rejuvenation. Also, it's summertime, y'all. So if you want to have lighter hair, you can take key limes and literally put them in your hair. Like, I can like put them on my lips like this and then go outside and soak in the sun, and it'll make my hair lighter. My hair is naturally a more blonde color in the summertime on the tips. So it just like brings out the blonde. If you have darker hair, you can use key limes and it'll make it lighter. But you do have to sit out in the sun now. Don't think you just gonna spread key lime all over your hair and it's gonna magically turn light. You need to activate that stuff in the sun. It also helps to fight infection and helps to break down fatty stuff in your body, so it helps with weight loss. Another thing that I love key limes for is deodorant. I don't like deodorant like at all. I don't wear deodorant pretty much. My armpits smell like roses. I'm playing, they don't. Sometimes they get funky. And when they do, I actually use key lime for deodorant. It smells a lot better and it'll fight the funk, if you know what I'm saying. So that's a little tip that I love to use key lime for. If you're using deodorant, we'll talk deodorant on another Wellness Wednesdays. I'm getting ahead of myself, guys. All right, so in here right now, we have basil, we have garlic, and we have key lime. Now, guys, I'm putting a lot of stuff in here because I have a whole bunch of basil. So I just use two and a half key limes, 5 things of garlic cloves. So I'm using a lot because I have 2 bunches of basil. If you are using a normal amount of basil, you don't need that much, okay? You're going to have it's not going to be pesto no more. I don't know what we're going to call it. So here are the leeks. So here's a fun thing about leeks. You can also do this with green onions, scallions, whatever you call them. So when I cut these, you see how it's still got the roots on it? Anything with roots on it in your kitchen, you can regrow. So I'm going to show you this. My lighting today is funky, guys. All right, so you see how you have the roots and then they go white and then you start to get green? If you cut them on the white like that, then you can stick these in water and they'll regrow. And then when they start regrowing from the water, you can put them in soil and now you have the leeks. Or green onions and scallions, because it works the same for both. So what I do is I got these from the market because the last ones that I got, I regrew them, but you have to put them eventually in soil. So I kept mine in the window in water. And if you overwater them, eventually they will drown and they'll get moldy. So that's what happened to my last leeks. Nah. But I went and got some more, and I'm actually going to put these in my garden. Maybe I'll show you guys later. So let me show you what I'm doing. So these are the tops of them, right? So you see these parts? You cut those off because you don't want no brown stuff in your pesto. So that's what I'm doing. I'm cutting those all off. And now the tops of these, let me show you. I love plants, y'all. Vegetables are so dope. So you see that at the top? Can you see that? My lighting, y'all. My bad. Can you see that? All right. There it goes. So this is where, when this is growing in the ground, this is how it flowers. So this part will open up. Let me see if I can open it for y'all. It's too soon. Typically this opens by itself. Yeah, it's too soon. I'll open it anyway. So you see that? It looks a little different when it actually flowers out and blooms, but this is how it flowers. And see that? So that's the flower of the plant. Now what happens is it opens up like this. It's like, and it gets really big. And these are actually the seeds of the plant. So when you're regrowing stuff, if it gets to seed level, a lot of times people don't like to eat food when it's seeded because it does taste different. Like it's going to taste more mature. It's not going to be as sweet. I feel like all food is good food. You can always make it taste good. That's the job of the chef. But if you let it grow and flower, then you can take all the seeds and save them. And now you have seeds for other plants. So you just chop these up. Now we're putting these into a food processor. So it's a rough chop. You just want to help the food processor out. Now, if you have a janky ass processor, because you know some of us do, I used to, you're going to want to cut it in smaller bits to help your processor out. That's about how big I'm cutting mine. Because my processor is a big boy. Or a girl. I don't know what she is. Anyway. So putting that in there. Again, I'm putting a good amount in here. Like this is double the recipe. So I have like 3 of these. You probably want to do 1 if you put leeks, scallions, garlic. If y'all have never seen how garlic grows, oh man, I don't have it over here. So this is, I know this is a horrible example. This is like the root to the garlic that I just put in there. So you have the garlic bulb, and then on top of it, you have what looks like scallions, but they're actually garlic. So you can actually eat the whole garlic plant. So if you ever come across garlic that looks like green scallions, get it. That is a beautiful flavor in pesto and sauces because you're going to get a garlic flavor, but it's like sweet and mild. So you can put any of those in your pesto, scallions, garlic tops, leeks, any of those. All right. And so now for the nuts. So with nuts, make sure you soak your nuts. Okay. The reason why you soak them is because you're actually breaking down a protein in the nuts and you're making it easier for your body to digest. Is why you want to soak all of your hard beans, all of your nuts. Anytime you're cooking with anything like that, nuts, beans, lentils, any of that stuff, you want to soak it. It's to help your gut out. I just got the oil. The oil! So I got to open it. So your next ingredient is olive oil. I love olive oil. Now, here's a rule for me. There's good olive oil and there's bad olive oil. It's hard to tell. It just is. But one of my biggest indicators of if an oil is halfway decent or not, it comes in a jar. Okay? Plastic ain't shit. It's just not. When this stuff is being transferred, it's in heated trucks, it's in the sunshine everywhere. And if you are getting things that are stored in plastic, you're also digesting all the toxins from the plastic. So if you want to adventure out with olive oil, start with glass jars. I got this one specifically because it was on sale. It was $1.75, and I was like, I have to. So I don't know what it tastes like. You can use different oils. The thing about olive oil is it has a flavor to it. So grapeseed oil, it's not flavorful, so your pesto is not going to taste the same. Also, remember I was talking about the cheese and how you want the fat. This is the good fat. Avocado oil will also give you a good fat. I would not use coconut oil on this. That's weird. Or maybe you can and let me know how it goes. It might go good. I don't know. But you want an oil with a little bit more fat on it. Fun fact about olive oil, you're not supposed to heat it. So if you're frying stuff in a pan, sauteing vegetables, don't use olive oil. It's not an oil that is to be heated. The reason why is when you put olive oil to heat, it expels a toxin. And we don't want that. So for frying things, for deep frying, for sauteing, I use grapeseed oil. Salads, dressings, sauces, olive oil. Y'all hear that? It's a fresh bottle. This one smells good. It smells like olive oil. Cinto. I like it. So I'm going to add some of the olive oil right now, but not all of it, because I'm going to just ease it on in there. Now, most recipes will be like, just put sea salt on it, but we're not like Becky now, are we? So I put sea salt, black pepper, and maca. Have you guys heard of maca? Maca is amazing. Now, if you're having trouble with your libido, maca is your friend. MACA. So maca is going to make, for the guys will be looking just like the leek plant. Be like, maca going to make it right. All right. So it's really good for libido. It's really good for hormone adjustments for women. I like to have maca around my cycle because it helps to balance out those hormones. And I like to sneak it in sauces and stuff. It is going to boost your energy and endurance. So if you're working out, which y'all, I just came from the gym and I'm getting summertime fine, like that summertime wine. So I do like maca for that. If you're getting a smoothie in you after the gym or before the gym, it's a really nice thing to add to your smoothies. It's going to help to fight free radical toxins inside of your body. So if the doctor be like, you got cancer, and be like, maca. You know what I'm saying? There's natural ways to fix everything, guys. We won't go into that. But if you have any like virus, any like disease that's in you, maca is going to help get rid of all the toxins and the radicals in your blood and in your body. It reduces your blood pressure. It improves your mood. Remember I was talking about that hormone stuff? Y'all got to check it out, girl. If you have PMS and all that stuff, maca is it. So it makes you feel good with the libido and on its own. If your man friend is having erectile dysfunction problems, go ahead and put him on that maca. It make him strong like ox. Another one that's good for that is kava. Kava is also a mood booster. Isn't that crazy? A lot of natural things that help men with their erectile dysfunction, with libido things. They also are feel-good things. They like make you feel good and make your sex good. I thought that was interesting too. So I'm going to pause this. and push this down. Push it down. Now, anytime you're using your food processor, you want to stop the processor and push it on down. I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil here. Woo. Now, you don't want to add too much, but you can't really add too much olive oil. What you're going to be doing is affecting the consistency more than anything. You'll take it from like a spread to like a dip type thing. So you can always do less olive oil now, more later. When your food processor is going, when your stuff starts to come up on the sides and everything's not processing down at the bottom, that's how you know you want to stop your processor to scrape it. And you should be scraping it ever so often. And at this point, however you want your pesto to be, that's how however you want the consistency to be, that's how much you process it. It's up to you. So you see that consistency? You could stop there, or you can make it more of a sauce. I'm gonna taste it. Oh, that's so delicious. I think I'm gonna put this lime in there. And taste y'all food, man, when you cooking. Taste your food. And a little bit more olive oil. But that's basically it, guys. Why I love it, again, is you can use basil pesto on anything. You can use it as a dip and stuff. You can use it as a base for a dip. So say you're making a dip, you can use it as a base, and that's how you start things. You can put it instead of, so a brand from maca. I'm going to have to research that for you. I go to the farmer's market. So you see how our farmer's market has like their own thing. I would say make sure it's organic. And if you can go to a farmer's market and find it in a container like that, that's going to be your best bet, because that means that it's fresher. When it's in the packaging, you never know how long that stuff sits. But make sure it's organic, because maca is like a big thing. It's like a superfood right now. So people are making horrible macas right now. So that's about it. I'm going to leave mine chunky because I'm actually going to freeze a lot of this because I'm about to go to Puerto Rico. And so I'm leaving it chunky. Now you can add more to this and make it more liquidy. I like to leave mine chunky because I can do more with it later. I can process it more, make it dressings and stuff. But you can bake it in a bread, put it in a piece of sauces, make it in sandwiches. You can do so much with this basil pesto, y'all. So that's it. That's all I got. Sign up at justbehealthynow.com for my emails, and I will give you all the ways that you can use your pesto in the recipe that I just made and the basic ingredients. Mine was like a nigger rig type pesto because a lot of the ingredients I just had and wanted to throw in. So that's it. Next week, I'm going to be coming to you guys from Puerto Rico. I'm so excited. So make sure you join me. I'll see you next week, same time, same place on Wellness Wednesdays. All right, guys, have a great day. Love ya.